Iconic industrialist, philanthropist and visionary Ratan Tata, he died in Mumbai at the age of 86. He had been ailing for some time and he was admitted to the intensive care unit of Breach Candy Hospital. India's most powerful politicians were joined by its most influential celebrities, actors and sportspersons, and all of the Tata Group's business rivals as well, who paid their respects. Home Minister Amit Shah, he was among the many high-profile dignitaries on hand to pay their final respects to Mr. Tata. He stood in for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is in Laos attending the ASEAN, India and East Asia summits. Mr. Modi last night had hailed Mr. Tata as an extraordinary human being. The Maharashtra cabinet on Thursday decided to request the union government to increase the income limit to qualify for non-creamy layer to rupees 15 lakh per year from the current rupees 8 lakh. The decision came ahead of the assembly elections, which are expected to be held next month. A draft ordinance to accord a constitutional status to the Maharashtra State Scheduled Caste Commission was also approved in the cabinet meeting, said a statement from the office of Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. Now, just to add some context here for our viewers, all eyes are now going to be on Maharashtra, the next state to go to polls after BJP's Haryana win. Now, in Haryana, BJP won 8 out of the 17 SC seats. Of these 8 seats, BJP gained 4 and retained 4 SC seats. The real story is the vote share on these particular seats, a fair barometer of consolidation of these votes. On all but 2 of these 8 seats, BJP bagged over 50% of the votes. Now, on to Maharashtra. 48 hours after the Haryana win, the Shinde cabinet has made a maha pitch for SCs and OBCs with 2 big decisions. 48 hours after its electoral disaster in Haryana, the Congress brass is in a huddle to analyze what went wrong. The warring factions, Bhupender Hooda and Kumari Shailja, they weren't invited. The party has decided to depute a technical team to look into the complaints and discrepancies noted by the Congress candidates as well. The Congress party will issue a detailed response based on the fact-finding team's report.
After the drubbing, the huddle, the Congress finally held its internal meeting to review the reasons for the unexpected loss in Haryana. But conspicuous by their absence were the state leaders like Bhupender Hooda, Kumari Shailja, Randeep Surjewala. The reason given by the party that they want to appoint a fact-finding committee to look into the reasons for the loss.
आज हम लोगों ने तय किया है कि आगे क्या हम करेंगे, जिसके बारे में विस्तार से वेणुगोपाल जी आगे समय बताएंगे.
While the party has been questioning the role of the election commission since the results, in the meeting there was some plain speaking by Rahul Gandhi and party president Kharge, who wanted to know why an important state was lost despite a 2-term anti-incumbency against the BJP government. The role of independence, both the BJP and the Congress, the role of AAP, the BSP-JJP alliance and the infighting within the party were all discussed.
देखिए इस हाल को बहुत ही गंभीरता से लिया जा रहा है.
With a bitter lesson learnt, the Congress leadership now hopes to not repeat the mistakes in the coming assembly elections in Maharashtra and Jharkhand.
Now, the Karnataka cabinet has approved taking action on the interim report submitted by Justice Michael D. Cunha on August 31st, 2024 regarding the purchase of COVID-19 medical equipment. Investigations are ongoing regarding irregularities amounting to over 7,000 crore rupees. The commission has recommended recovering 500 crore rupees in this particular report. In light of this, the cabinet has decided to form an SIT. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has formed a cabinet subcommittee headed by Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar with 6 other cabinet members as members.
Well, it has been a politics of revenge of sorts as far as Karnataka is concerned, because while Karnataka's Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has been involved in the Muda allegations and has been fighting both the ED heat as well as the Lokayukta heat. Remember, the Lokayukta's investigating officers have already narrowed down on Siddaramaiah's kin in terms of summoning them for further inquiry as well as investigation there. And it is definitely going to be just a matter of time when Mr. Minister Siddaramaiah as well as his wife would actually be summoned for questioning there. But in the meantime, it seems like the Congress leaders are now involved in digging into the dirt of several BJP leaders. It started with R. Ashok, and today the cabinet meeting is talking about the COVID report during the previous BJP's regime. And this COVID interim report was headed by Justice D. Kuna and was submitted on August 31st. And this cabinet meeting today discussed this report in detail and decided to, one, form an SIT that will investigate into this alleged financial irregularities, and two, they would also be forming a cabinet subcommittee that will look into this report in a more detailed fashion. What has been mentioned in the interim report is that the scam is worth around over 7,000 crore rupees, and that there is also a possibility of recovering 500 crore rupees. Now that is exactly what will be investigated by the SIT. But absolutely being tight-lipped about any kind of names that are involved as far as this report goes. All eyes are on the final report and the action that would be taken thereafter. But yes, it is definitely going to be a politics of scam versus scam in Karnataka. Back to you.
And after senior doctors of some more state-run medical colleges in West Bengal on Wednesday joined the senior doctors from the RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital in Kolkata to offer mass resignation. Now, more hospitals have become a part of this agitation. This is renewed protest over the brutal rape and murder of a 31-year-old junior doctor that shook the entire nation. Now, the Kolkata doctors, they have alleged that the TMC-led West Bengal government, it has been unresponsive. They have been demanding justice for their deceased colleague, even as the CBI has filed a charge sheet naming Sanjay Roy as sole accused in connection with the rape and murder of the doctor in RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi attended the 21st India-ASEAN Summit in Laos. He described it as a productive one where discussions were held on how to further strengthen the comprehensive strategic partnership between India and ASEAN. Now, India looks forward to deepening trade ties, cultural linkages and cooperation in technology, connectivity and other such sectors. Addressing the summit in Laos, Prime Minister called for regional unity. Now, apart from watching a part of the Ramayana in Laos, Prime Minister also held bilaterals with Prime Minister of Japan as well as New Zealand.
मेरा मानना है कि 21वीं सदी एशियन सेंचुरी भारत और आसियान देशों की सेंचुरी है। आज जब विश्व के कई हिस्सों में संघर्ष और तनाव की स्थिति है, तब भारत और आसियान की मित्रता, समन्वय, संवाद और सहयोग बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है। आसियान की सफल अध्यक्षता के लिए मैं लाओ पीडीआर के प्रधानमंत्री सोनसाई सिपांदोन को हार्दिक बधाई देता हूं। मुझे विश्वास है कि आज की हमारी बैठक भारत और आसियान साझेदारी में नए आयाम जोड़ेगी। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
In a massive drugs haul in Delhi, drugs worth rupees 2,000 crore was seized. The police have seized 200 kgs of cocaine. Now, remember earlier this month, the police had also seized 5,000 crore rupees worth of drugs. The police claim that even this particular gang is part of the same syndicate. This, remember, takes the total drug seizure this month to rupees 7,600 crore. And rain has lashed parts of the maximum city, Mumbai, where waterlogging was seen in the financial capital. Waterlogging was reported after heavy showers and which dampened the Navratri celebrations. The Met Department, in the meanwhile, has issued a yellow alert. The yellow alert has also been issued for Mumbai, Pune, Thane, Raigad, as well as Palghar. Time for a very short break. More news and updates on the other side. Welcome back. The latest in the crisis that has hit the Middle East. Israel's offensive has gone beyond southern Beirut now. The IDF has now struck areas in central downtown Beirut, and several airstrikes have took place within minutes, targeting various locations across the city. Ambulances could be seen rushing to the town. This is first such attack in the central downtown area. Meanwhile, reports suggest that Israel's security cabinet is set to vote on Iran's response. Israel defense minister has vowed for lethal retaliation. The UN, in the meanwhile, has warned of humanitarian law breach in Lebanon. This warning comes after United Nations workers, they were allegedly injured by Israeli tanks. And the U.S. Justice Department told a federal judge it's considering recommending that Google be forced to sell off parts of its operation to alleviate the harm caused by its monopolization of the online search market in what would be a historic antitrust breakup. Here's a report.
Anti-competitive and pernicious. These are some of the words used by the U.S. Department of Justice to describe one of the world's biggest tech companies, Google. The U.S. government may ask a judge to force the breakup of Google's business as it attempts to challenge the tech giant's monopoly over the internet search market, saying in a court filing that the world's biggest search engine causes pernicious harms to Americans. If the DOJ pushes ahead with the proposal and they get accepted by the judge, it would possibly be the biggest regulatory intervention in the history of big tech. The US government has been considering the move ever since a landmark court ruling in August found Google illegally crushed its competition in online search. Google has termed the proposal as radical and said they will impact numerous industries and products with significant unintended consequences for consumers and businesses. Google's monopoly in the search engine market can be gauged from the fact that it accounts for about 90% of all online searches. The US government has accused the company of using its Chrome browser and Android operating system to attract users to its search engine, where it makes money by selling advertisements. The Department of Justice has claimed the potential competitors have been unable to get a foothold in the online search market. The DOJ added this lack of competition has allowed the company to charge abnormally high prices for adverts. According to reports, the DOJ is expected to submit a more detailed set of proposals by 20th November, and there is a likelihood that Google will submit its own set of solutions by December 20th. Google's search engine is a big revenue generator for the company. This product brings in billions of dollars through advertising displayed in its results pages. How this battle between the US government and one of the biggest companies to have ever existed unfolds will decide how technology is perceived and developed in the coming generations. Vishal Vivek for NDTV World.